As the current administration nears half-time in its current tenure, we look at the promises on the campaign podium and the actualities now. Gale of defections hit opposition parties. Are these new friendships for the greater good or personal survival? We'll also explore the development needs of states and how administrative processes stagnate government initiatives.
Political parties and other related matters, sponsored by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, Abuja Benson, passed second reading on Thursday, March 6, 2025. The bill is aimed at enhancing the governance, internal democracy and operational efficiency of political parties in Nigeria.
This bill is very key because we are looking at regulating the political party, the funding, accountability, transparency.
An unregulated political party environment is open to abuse and could become an instrument for destabilization and destruction of social order.
We are not where we want to be. Certainly, we are not where we used to be. Political parties have their own challenges, including failure to adhere to internal democracy, particularly in nominations of candidates and election of executive at all levels.
The ongoing constitutional and electoral review is believed by stakeholders as yet another golden opportunity to rectify flaws and strengthen the nation's democracy.
Our parties should be a platform for debates, a platform for discussions about the common good.
Strengthening political parties is not just a legislative exercise. It is an investment in the credibility of our democracy.
This year marks 102 years of the formation of political parties in Nigeria and 26 years of uninterrupted democracy, the longest constitutional governance in the country. A testament to citizens' resolve and determination to build a strong, united, progressive, equitable and just democratic society.
The All Progressives Congress, APC, says for the first time in the of the nation's political outplay, major opposition party in an unprecedented number. This was during an emergency meeting between the APC governors, the National Working Committee of the party, and some new entrants from Delta State.
Last few weeks, the pace of defection from the People's Democratic Party, the Labour Party, and the New Nigerian People's Party has risen astronomically. And the latest is the Delta tsunami, where almost all the elected public office holders dumped the PDP for the governing All Progressives Congress, the APC. Now, leaders of the party converged on Abuja to retrospect and make predictions for the defection of more members owing to the purposeful leadership under the Tinubu's presidency in less than 48 months.
And they will come together as a family to grow the party and support the government in Delta State for the benefit of our people and members of our great party. So I think we're happy with the development and a big testimony to the fact that APC government in Nigeria is being admired by many, if not all and sundry.
Now the party is also preparing grounds to balance the equation between the old and new breeds in a way every interest shall count in the build-up towards retaining power for the full delivery of the renewed hope gestation period in 2031.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says the All Progressives Congress will continue to strengthen partnership with stakeholders and other political gladiators to further engender the peace and development of the country. The Vice President said this when he received Delta State Governor Sheriff Oberewori and other PDP stakeholders in Delta State into the APC.
Over of the APC flag to Governor Sheriff Oborowori signals a shift in the political history of Delta State. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the APC as a party believes in the power of collaboration as the nation is stronger together as a people than being divided along party lines. He re-emphasized the need to put the growth and development of the country above political inclinations and interests.
According to the APC constitution, the governor of the party is the leader of the party in the state. In the APC, we believe that the compass of a political party that aspires to take the fresh mist of tomorrow can never be passion from personal interests. In the APC, we believe that those who mistake their shadows for institutions are usually doomed to wander in cycles.
National Chairman of the party, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, and the Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Senator Hope Uzodinma, say the APC means well for Nigeria and all Nigerians. They stated categorically that the political shift by Governor Sheriff Oborowori will further move the state to greater heights.
Mr. Governor, what I would like to tell you, while accepting you into our party, I want to tell you that our core value in APC is progressive leadership. Here also, to assure the good people of Delta State that this decision is the wisest decision that will lift this state from where you are now to the next level.
As the governor is doing a lot for us, he also needs to connect to the greater source of power and resource and goodwill in Abuja.
Governor Sheriff Oborowori, in his acceptance speech, said his more agenda aligns with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He hinted that he is not just defecting, but moving with PDP structures beginning from the ward level.
ESCO, special advisors, the council chairman, they are all moving. Councillors, we have 500 councillors. They are all moving, they are all here. All the ward chairmen, they are all moving. All the local government party chairmen, they are all moving. All the council chairmen, they are all moving.
This move from the PDP to the APC increases the number of APC governors to 22 in Nigeria.
All right, as the current administration nears its two-year anniversary, maintaining a healthy and progressive balance between fulfilling party obligations and also ensuring campaign promises are kept remain key in maintaining a strong connection with the people while sustaining political relevance as well. Some even believe that promises kept may remain the first step in proactive campaigning. Now, former lawmaker, I beg your pardon, Samuel Onuigwe joins us today. You have seen some of the conversations and defections and all that, but let's start with our main question for our topic today in politics and governance. Connecting with the people through the fulfillment of campaign promises remains a hallmark of democracy. How is the current administration faring in this regard?
Thank you, Visayo. Well, this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has done outstandingly well in trying to keep to the promises made when he was campaigning. And he has even done a little more than the promises, because I can start from the angle of what he said about electricity that was going to make it available, and how on, I think, the 6th day of his assumption of office, he was able to sign the Electricity Act, which has now enabled about 12 states or so to have their own electricity law, to come up with their own electricity authority to provide access to electricity. The same thing with agriculture, when he, from first day, said he was going to have Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. He's working along that line, and he's done a whole lot, and a proper foundation has been laid. Maybe we should also talk about what he has done with the educational loan for students. As we went home for Easter, I was lucky to run into a woman from Umuahia South who said her son is reading medicine and that it was going to be a problem for them, in paying the school fees. But fortunately, the son registered was verified, and now they are taking care of everything, making it easy for the young man to access education. So some of these things are not very well mentioned, very well, publicized, but there are achievements that have been recorded by this administration. Maybe we should also talk about infrastructure. What has happened so far with the 700 kilometers coastal road from Lagos to Calabar, the superhighway that is going to come from Sokoto down to Badagry, which is about 1,068 kilometers. These are projects that probably were dreamt of many years behind, but were never embarked upon. So right now, we see things that point to the direction that we'll be able to realize the things we have done. It hasn't been easy. Maybe we should also veer off into the economy and how the president has exercised leadership by trying to take very difficult decisions, but decisions that are well-intentioned. We talk about removal of subsidy. Today, you see that the governors who are at the other level of governance are now having access to more resources to enable them reach out to the grassroots, bring about...
Although the judicious use of those resources is also under scrutiny, but go ahead, please.
Yes, there has always been an issue about that, but I think we are improving. I talked about resources and how much is going to the governors, because I was once a commissioner for finance in Abia State. So I know that what they're getting now is almost 4 times what their predecessors got. So that way, they are able to embark on a number of projects. And this government is also working to liberate the local governments to ensure that resources that are accrued to them are truly applied in a judicious and productive way. So there are a number of things we can talk about. And I would also like to talk more about infrastructure because, the tortoise, when they asked him to count the people in the village square, said, myself one, my wife second, and then my children. Within Abia, within the federal constituency that I once represented, which is Ikua and Umuahia North, Umuahia South Federal Constituency, there are federal projects. For instance, Mr. President has approved money for Abia to get a federal secretariat that they never got over 34 years since it was created.
Since the inception of the state.
Exactly. So these things sometimes are not properly publicized. Then we also have a road that is from Achengali in Imo, going to Donobizi, and then crossing Imo River to Omuawa, then to Bakala. That road was damaged and the bridge blown off on the 25th of December 1969. That's well over 55 years ago. This administration is also working to fix that road and do that bridge. Job is ongoing there. We have a road from Umuahia to Ikua to Kotekbeni. That one had been in terrible state for decades, even though it was awarded before the president came, but it has continued to provide for us. On the 3rd of February this year, he sat in the Federal Executive Council and approved augmentation fund to ensure that the job continues. So there are very many things that
you have enthusiastically listed a lot of projects, but are there some key ones that you would like this administration, also being a party man, to look into, especially in terms of connecting with the people and their aspirations, because we are nearing enough time. In another year or so, the podiums will be climbed again to come and say, give us a support.
Well, climbing the podium and asking for the support is one of the beautiful things about a democratic system, where you come from time to time for your records to be reviewed and then for people to renew your mandate if you have done well. The aspect that the president is working upon with his administration to ensure that it's access, then that we have security and that people produce more food. The Minister of Agriculture is doing a great job, in this respect. That is one aspect that connects and touches with the people. I've also talked about education, because if you have children, you're unable to give them education. At the end of the day, they are likely to become a problem for everyone. So these are basic things that are ongoing. Again, Mr. President has been able to encourage activities along industrial line, along small-scale, businesses. And by providing this sum that people can access to be able to do their own businesses, that is something that is encouraging and motivating for a lot of people.
Talking about encouragement and motivation, just as before you started the discussion, you saw the gale of defections, especially the tsunami, as they said in Delta State, the governor already committing his party men, the structures there, local government chairmen, councillors and all that to the APC. Yeah. What we want to ask, these people crossing the carpet and signing for new clubs as if it's the European football transfer window, is it as a result of the endorsement of the work that the administration has done, or is it about political or personal survival?
Well, I think that it's an indication that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has done well, especially if you juxtapose his performance, his achievements so far, against the challenges that he faced when he assumed office on the 29th of on the 29th of May, 2023. For him to have been able to manage this aircraft, fly it out of a cloudy, weather, and has stabilized it with immense prospect for success for everyone. That's enough. But you should also know that the president is there as the president and chief executive, and also as a coach that has used his good players to be able to win a number of matches. And the successes that he has recorded, they are enough to attract people to the party. That's one point. So if there are those who are coming just based on their own personal consideration, that is also a natural thing for people to do. But overall, I think that the performance of Mr. President is outstanding, is worthy of recognition, commendation, and emulation. And we should encourage him to continue to do those positive things that have actually made the nation to know that we are on the right trajectory.
All right, but some are saying the broom has not swept everywhere because a couple of people are trying to mount a solid opposition. The presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party in the 2023 general elections, Adewale Adebayo, is urging politicians to seek political platforms to engender good governance that will benefit a greater number of citizens. Now, addressing the media in Abuja, Adewale Adebayo emphasizes that the coalition of individuals or political parties will only be meaningful if the purpose is not for selfish gains but to engender good governance that promotes national development. Meanwhile, other party stalwarts who express the need for a more citizen-centered opposition political parties also urge Nigerians to unite on all fronts in order to tackle the numerous challenges being faced by the nation.
Politicians are not aware that the entire powers created in the Constitution and all the benefits and privileges are not for them. They are meant to be used to do the people's work. And the first order of business of government is national security, and then the welfare of the people, then justice, then development, then infrastructure.
But if there is happiness among all the domains, the happiness will resonate in everywhere. So also is sadness. So at the point in which sadness comes and nobody cares about you, you have the fundamental rights to raise your voice on this particular matter.
Coalition is good. More people coming together to decide the fate of this country is good. But I'm telling you, it will be a decision by Nigerians.
Moving on now, former Jigawa State Governor and People's Democratic Party PDP national leader Sule Lamido has expressed optimism that defectors will return to the party, citing its strong structure and patriotic values. His remarks came during PDP's local government congress election in Birnin Kudu, where new leaders and national convention delegates were elected.
The election of the People's Democratic Party local government leaders was conducted peacefully and in a calm atmosphere across Jigawa State. During the exercise, supporters of the party turned out in large numbers to elect local government leaders and delegates who will represent the state at the party's forthcoming national convention. Stakeholders commend the conduct of the election, describing it as free, fair and transparent. They also expressed satisfaction with the impressive turnout and the commitment of members towards strengthening the PDP at all levels.
The event is well attended. At the same time, it's according to the guidelines of the People's Democratic Party.
Meanwhile, former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido received a number of ward leaders from other political parties who recently defected to the PDP.
In their own wisdom, people may not feel that I should go there as a delegate, if only to maybe to be able to guide them, I don't know. But the idea I shouldn't have been a delegate, to be honest, because I've been around for too long. But because of the change of the constitution of the party, that you have to be elected at local government level before you become a delegate at the convention, that's why they elected me.
His remarks highlight the PDP's effort to maintain unity and resilience amid internal challenges and defections.
And before we go, let's tell you that the North Central Renaissance Movement says it will continue to sustain advocacy and consultations with the elite from the zone and beyond in a bid to rewrite the history of the nation's political antecedents as it aspires for the highest office or the next one, which is the office of the Vice President in the 2027 general election. Chairman North Central Governors Forum, National Assembly members, monarchs, and other prominent Nigerians have all endorsed the NCRM 2027 ambition. And pursuant to this, the NCRM has already deployed its intellectual assets in mobilizing critical stakeholders from the zone through massive consultations, dialogues with the current chairman of the North Central Governors Forum and other state governors. The group said it will continue to exercise decency, discipline, and decorum in pursuing their lawful mission aimed at rebirthing the zone. Governors and other personalities of profound influence on the nation's political landscape commended the initiative for the return to civil power to the zone. The movement later presented a position paper to eminent Nigerians, including the Emir of Kefi, Shehu Chindu Yamusa, where he personally blessed the powerful platform and urged them to remain committed and selfless in delivering the goals and objectives of that platform. That is political update. Before we go, just a word from our guest, Honorable Sam Onuigbo, politics and development and governance as well. It seems as if sometimes when we start this politicking too early, it may perhaps distract from some of the greater objectives of governance. Do you think it's too early to begin to dance to the podium this time, since we're just reaching half-time, or is never too early?
Well, normally we wait. It has started. But usually people try to pack their bags and get ready when they want to get on a flight.
All right, that has been political update. Many thanks to our Sam Onuigbo. We will be coming perhaps to your center and look in specific terms the dividends of democracy from the southeast zone. You'll be giving us at least some of the low-hanging fruits that we've seen in this administration so far. And of course, the politicking as well as we move towards May 29. My name is Visayo Gumbi. Many thanks for watching. We'll be back again on Friday for another package. Between now and then, we urge you to play your politics for the greater good and keep it locked on the Nigerian Television Authority, Africa's largest and finest, for news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Bye-bye now.